Identity check with Tamra. Identity check with Tamra. Identity check with Tamra.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Identity Check. I am so happy to have you. If you didn't know, y'all can't talk tonight. If you didn't know, my name is Tamra Rose. I am your host, and so excited to be here with you tonight. We are going to get into shout out to Miss Christine, who was the muse for tonight's identity check. And I love Deborah. I knew a little bit about Deborah, but as I was preparing for tonight, I really studied and got to know a little bit more about her. And I am like, hey, yeah, she about to be my friend. Okay, well, y'all want to hear about Deborah? Go on, let's get into it. You ready? Here it go.
My name is Deborah. I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. A bee, that's what my name means, cause I sting the enemy. And you can find me under the palm trees, that's where I hold my meeting. Cause I am a judge of the Israelites, that's where they come to me for advice. See, I was appointed by God himself, and he speaks through me prophetically. Enough about me. It's really all about him. But let me tell y'all this story real quick. Y'all want to hear it? Here it goes. The Israelites were acting out, ended up under Jabin's thumb. He was rich and powerful with a big old army and many weapons. For 20 years, the Israelites lived in defeat. But God said, now is the time to be released. He told me to tell the rock, get your army and go with Jabin's knot. But he was scared to go, said if you do, I will also. And y'all know what I said, cause I ain't never scared. Here we go, y'all. Back to the story anyway. I said no problem, bro. I'm ready to take down any of God's foes. But there's one condition though. A woman will take the victory home. He was cool with that. He jumped on his saddle and off we went. Barak, he took the land. But my girl Jael, she took the king's head. Victory belonged to the woman. What y'all know about that? Hey.
Okay, did y'all enjoy? Had a good time doing that one. So Deborah, like so many things, right? So first of all, there's not a whole lot of women in the Bible that are in a leadership position. And so I love Deborah's story because she has so many roles. And so there's so many things. I'm gonna start there. So she has so many roles. She was a wife, y'all, a whole wife that submitted to her husband, whole wife. She was the judge of the Israelites. So the judge was responsible for addressing disputes and for giving the people the word of the Lord, for helping to guide the people. So she had like a really big role as far as being the leader for the Israelites. She also was a prophet. And so she heard directly from the Lord and was able to proclaim that out to the people. So sometimes prophets are given words that are specific to people. Sometimes they're given words that are specific to a time that is global for a mass of people. And so she had all of these different titles, this judge. And then Barak gives her another title, Commander in Chief of War. So She is leading this army into battle. And so picture it, 20 years the Israelites had been under the thumb of Jabin, and they had seen how mighty he was, how skillful he was. He had chariots made of iron, like he was very wealthy. He was top notch, right? And so Barack, I know people like, man, Barack, he let Deborah take the lead. Well, I mean, I probably would have been like, hold on too, because he understood Barack was a warrior. And so he understood what he was going up against, and what Israel had to fight with. It was impossible. So he was like, nah, I need the one that be talking to the Lord. I need the good. I need the prophet. I need the judge. I need the one that has been appointed by God for victory. And so I look at him like he was smart. I mean, yeah, he was a little scared, and he should have had more confidence in the God that's within him. Well, he wasn't quite within him yet in that time. But anyway, we'll get to that in another time. But he could have been a little bit more confident in the God that he served. However, sometimes we get like that. Something new, something that we is impossible in our brains. We need a little help. So it's okay to get help. It's okay not to know, all the pieces. It's okay not to get it right the very first time. This is part of life. This is what we go through. This is where we are, in life. And so that part is okay. All right. So give Barack some slack. Because he went to Deborah and she was boss. You know what I'm saying? So understand that. And then Deborah, who had all of these roles, stood in them magnificently because she understood who she was. Her name meant bee, meaning like the stinger bee. She knew that she had authority. She knew that she had leadership. She knew that she was going in with a certain function. And so that's what I pull from her, is like, when you know who you are and you understand that who you are is deep down into Christ, like it's inside of God. When you know who you are and you put that in knowing who God is and how he has you, you are undefeatable. And that's the way that we have to live. We have to live in our whole true and authentic self, understanding all of our roles, of the different facets and gifts and talents that God has given us. We wrap that all up and we give it back to God. And that's what Barack did. Barack said he was scared at first. He like, man, Deb, come on, I need you. But when they get down there, he like, you know what? I've heard the word of the Lord. I know it's true. I am going to trust God completely. I am going to let go of our advantage, and I'm going to get right down here in this land. So they had the advantage. They was up a little higher, they had advantage. He said, no, we going down and we taking them. And so he got down there with those iron chariots and all that big army. He said, no, because my God is bigger. My God is stronger. And he heard the word of the Lord and he went for it and he attacked and he took that land. And so that is the opportunity that we have when we are confident in who God is to us, then we can take that land. And then the most beautiful, I love it. Well, it's not the most beautiful, but I love this part. JL, who is just a woman in the Bible. We don't hear nothing else about JL all the way throughout the Bible. But she was the one that took the king's head. That was the victory. The king's head was left for the king, for a king. A king kills a king. The king was for the greatest warrior, right? And that victory was given to Jael. And so I want you to be encouraged that no matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, no matter who you've been, that God can use you and make your name great. Because Jael, first a woman, right? She ain't even a warrior. Like she ain't even a warrior. And she gets the king's head. And she brings the victory to the people. So I just want to admonish you. We are doing this, guys. we are being victorious. We are walking in who God has called us, understanding who we are and the power we possess, how to use our gifts and our talents to magnify God and to maximize our lives so we can live in prosperity and joy and peace, right? Even when things aren't going right, we can still have the peace of God. Knowing, and that peace is just knowing that Jesus has saved us and God is not mad at us, and there's nothing we can do for him to be mad at us. And we get to enjoy and explore every lot that comes to us. We'll endure through it. That's what the peace of God stands for. That's what that means. And so we have to live there. So, hey, y'all, we in it. We're going to be like Deborah. We are going to stand in what God has given us, and we're going to go hard for God. We are going to be fearless. We're going to say, I ain't scared. Let's go. What? Throw something else on my plate? God carries my plate so you can make it as heavy as you want. So that's where we are, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. That could be great.